I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. Let's go drink some beer!
Well, it's time again for another beer kit review, and today's beer kit is the Thomas Cooper's Selection IPA. That's the kit there. I added 0.4 kilograms of brewing sugar and 0.5 kilograms of medium spray malt. It's quite different to what it says on the can. The can says just to use light spray malt, however I decided to go for medium. It's a bit of a darker beer, and I also wanted a bit more kick to it, so I added the 0.4 kilograms of brewing sugar as well, just to give it a bit more oomph. Then I also added something a bit different. I got 15 grams of Cascade hops and 15 grams of Citra hops. I boiled these in about 2 litres of water for 10 minutes. I then drained out all the hops and poured the resulting liquid into the fermenter before I added all the sugars. Now that is known as a hop tea method. The purpose of that, you don't get any extra bittering hops, because in order to get that you have to boil the hops actually in with the water itself, all with the malt extract in there as well, in order to get the extra bitterness. Plus, I didn't want it too bitter, so this is generally called aroma hops, is what it is. So that's what the additional thing is. I've got a video of me doing that recently on another kit, so I'm going to post that up fairly soon, so you should be able to see, you know, the entire process of how that's done. I bottled this on the 16th of June 2012, so it is just under 6 months old. So yeah, it's pretty, well, quite a while ago now I did that, so I'm really looking forward to how that's going to have tasted in 6 months. The average price per pint works out at 54p, so even with those extra hops in there, it's still pretty good. The original gravity was 1.038, and the final gravity was 1.004, giving us an ABV of 5.1%. Normally the kit would only come out about 3.6, I think, literally just by adding malt extract and not adding light spray malt, I should say, not adding any sugar. However, you know, I thought that was a bit too weak, so let's see, you know, how that difference is going to affect the body and the taste of the beer. Well, that's enough of me harping on. You've seen enough of the book. What you really want to see is the beer in action. So here goes. As usual, I've bottled it in my brown pet bottle. So listen out for some carbonation. Ooh, not a huge amount off the bat. Let's see what it looks like when we pour her out, shall we? Wow. Not a huge amount of head. I'm pretty sure I used to get more head some of the other pints. You know, sometimes you get one that's not overly carbonated. Let's show you. It's pretty clear actually. I'll show you it all the way through. I'm not really sure how effective this is, to be honest. There's a few bubbles there, but it's not exactly rip-roaring away, which is quite strange really, because other ones I've had were really fizzy. Let's give her a whiff. It's not got a slight citrusy smell to it, which is obvious really, as Cascade and Citra are both citrus flavouring hops. It's not overpowering though, but you can definitely smell it in there. That's enough of that. Let's have a dive in and see what it tastes like. Ooh. That is even nicer than I remember. When I brewed this, it didn't last very long, the batch, and I was saving this one for the review. fantastic. You get the initial kick of the hops, you then get struck by a bit of maltiness, and then afterwards you've still got the lingering citrus taste. It's amazing. I'm just going to have another go. Exactly the same again. Hops, then the malty taste kicking in, then hops come back and surprise you once again. It's not, I said, as carbonated as I remember, but that's quite good actually. It's not very gassy. It's just so smooth. Oh, really nice hoppy kick to it. Ooh. Now I've not had the kit without the hops, so I can't comment on what that would taste like. Everyone I know, or a lot of people I know I've spoken to, they've always said, could do with some extra hops, could do with some extra hops. So that's why I just went straight in there. Plus it's something I wanted to do as well. I wanted to have a go with the extra hops, so I went for it. And whew, boy, I am really, really impressed with this, guys. You've got to try this. I said, check out my video when I've uploaded it. I should hopefully, it's all filmed, so I should hopefully put it up shortly after I've done this review. You have to try this. This is fantastic. The carbonation seems to have kicked in a bit more as well. It's not massive bursting fizz at first, but it's like a constant slight speckle of bubbles, which as you can see is actually, the head has got bigger over time, which again is a sign of good pipe because it's retaining that head, and I reckon that will retain that head all the way down to the bottom, which is really good as well. I'm going to have another taste, not because I need to really make another decision, just because it's so bloody lovely. I want to have another drink. Cheers. That is dangerously good. You can't taste the extra sugar boost that I put in there. I was a bit concerned that maybe I'd ruin the body of the beer by doing that, but really no, it doesn't taste that strong at all. It still tastes like a kind of low IPA, you know, the sort of the 4 end of the scale. So it's not, doesn't taste as strong as it actually is. So be careful. Again, you might want to not add the extra sugar in. That's entirely up to you. You know, as you know me, I like to experiment and have a go with things. I think that's really how the best way you get to do these things. You can follow, you know, instructions to the letter, but after a little while, you know, just start experimenting, throw a few things in there and see what comes out. In this case, it's absolutely worked out trumps. I'm really, really happy with this. In fact, I would probably go almost as far to say this is probably one of the best beers I've ever brewed. There, I've said it. You know, this is a Cooper's kit. It's not one of these really big fancy, you know, 2-can kits or anything, but this is really, really nice. Fantastic, in fact. So, not really a huge amount else to say, if I'm perfectly honest. You know, I've done a lot of Cooper's kits, and I would have to say this is probably one of the best ones I've done. You know, I've not really had a particularly bad Cooper's kit. You know, the Australian Pale Ale wasn't a massive fan of, but I might give that another go because maybe I didn't do it quite right, or I might add some extra hops in there as well and just see what happens with that. But without delaying any further, I'm going to go ahead and give Thomas Cooper's IPA with hop additions and extra sugar a very respectable 9 out of 10. Just putting that up there with the Santa's Winter Warmer, which is a premium kit. It's a lot more expensive than this one, but this is fantastic. It's light, it's refreshing, it's got a little bit of a kick to it in terms of, you know, the hoppiness, but it's not overpowering at all. I don't like my beers to be massively hoppily overpowerful, but it's just got that nice little lingering taste of which I can slightly taste it even now, which is fantastic. Easily sessionable, but at the same time you could quite easily sit there and just enjoy a couple in a night and feel completely satisfied. It's got that much taste to it and that much texture to it, and consistency that you quite happily just sip a couple and be done with it, rather than, you know, some of these cheap ones which taste a bit weak and you have to knock back quite a few before you, you know, feel any taste in there at all. So there you have it. I thoroughly recommend that you guys give this a go. Like I said, check out the video when I got it up if you're not sure what you're doing. It's really easy. This is the first time I ever tried adding hops to beer, and it's a piece of cake. It's like boiling tea at the end of the day. You can't really go wrong. So yeah, definitely give that a go. Thanks again for everyone for watching, subscribing. Please subscribe, comment, like, give suggestions, whatever you like. If you guys have tried this, put some different hops in there. Let me know what you tried, because you know I might give that a go, because I'm all up for experimenting with this kit again. So I've already brewed another batch of it that's currently fermenting, and I'm going to stick it in this bad boy king keg once I'm done, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So cheers everyone, until next time. Remember, it's not brewed to be looked at. Cheers.